Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be telling you about how GTA Online has changed and just kind of, telling you about the game over its course, over its history. It's 6 years old. The game came out on September 17th, 2013, and the game was huge and it made lots of money. I think it made like $1 billion in 3 days or something like that. The game has changed Rockstar and changed how they made games. They were releasing games every year. Now they haven't done that, all because of GTA and GTA Online. The people playing the game really haven't had too many complaints. I mean, there's of course a couple like with modding and money glitching, not really money glitching, but glitching and modding and fucktards and shit like that. But really, the people at the time, all they wanted was more. We wanted to see where the game would, be going, where it would go. We wanted to see how the story would be continued. Still waiting on to see how that gets continued. The online was planned to not be released with the game. That was a public thing. They were going to release that a couple weeks after. They later announced October 1st, 2013 was going to be the launch date. Now, this, of course, is only on Xbox 360 and PS3 at this time. It was a very, very bad launch, kind of. If you got on, great. If you didn't, you were fucked. The game was very hard to log on to. Once you made your character, you were lucky if you were actually able to even find a lobby. The online really had a lot to do at first, especially compared to the competition. There's no competition, so this was the first game like this. Not the first game like this, but the only game that was online that was actually competing at the time. You could do death matches, races, missions. We could rob convenience stores, which is pretty cool at the time. Like, that blew my mind that you could do that, and that blew my mind that I could jump that high. Survivals, you could do those. You could buy apartments or a garage or like a little house. You could customize your cars, or you could just mess around in free mode and have fun with your friends. You could do whatever you want. The online had some rank and it had money on it. Without either one of them, you were stuck at the bottom. You're not going to come up, because at that time there was no buy now price. If you were not ranked, say 50, you weren't able to get this car or get this gun or whatever. You really wouldn't stand a chance against the people that played the game more and were higher levels and had more money. Rockstar didn't care. You were stuck. You were going to stay there till you came out. People quickly began to look for money glitches and stuff. It's just kind of how they were doing it. They got patched and Rockstar began banning people for doing them. They would wipe your account of all your money. Then the DNS servers came around. That's just by changing your IP, you could get God mode on certain ones of them. Certain ones you could get God mode, huge discounts, and really what people were going for on these was the God mode and the RP and money multipliers that were on there, because they were crazy. I did this, and if I killed an NPC, I'd pick up millions of dollars. I remember robbing stores and making $19 million off of robbing them. I was doing criminal records and leveling up each time. Each criminal record I leveled up. Just for losing the cops, I would almost level up. I remember going to that Los Santos Customs in Richmond area, the Vinewood area, and go to the police station, shoot a couple cops, and then go in and park and come out. And that would almost level me up. And I was like level 200 something when I was doing that. In 3 days, I went from level 20 to about 250. I had $42 billion, and I had a lot of adders, which at the time, the Bugatti is what you wanted. The adder, if you had, a garage full of them, you were a modder, or no life, because this is December 2013. And I had felts, like I would just buy a car, sell it, and then buy another one to replace it. I had crazy amount of money on there. I remember having Franklin's car modded in. This is before the glitches were out for it, and this was before you could just buy it. Anyway, in around March 2014, Rockstar wiped my account, just along with many other people. If you had that much money, your shit got wiped. I was left with 20K afterwards. They left my cars though, little smiley face. A few months later, the game was really not a few months later, but a few months into this, about around March, April time, the game was starting to die. There's not much to do anymore. The update stuff is free. I think the Roosevelt may have cost some money. I'm not sure whenever it came out for the Valentine stuff. But there wasn't much to do in the game at all. There was no new content coming in. all we knew was that the heists were on the way and that updates were going to be made in the meantime. There's not much else to do. If you didn't have money, I mean, you were fucked, and there's not many ways to make money at this time. So the game was just dying. It was very stale. It was kind of like Red Dead was for a while. And it would kind of stay like this until the heist update, until about 2015. The game really kind of came back around just because of the heist update. The game really had no goal. I mean, if you had money, congratulations, you had nothing to spend it on. You had no reason to really save it up too much because there's nothing to buy. There's, you know, the next update might have a car in there. It might not. It might just have clothes. You know, not much with it. The heist in March 2015 revived the game. Well, it was really the release on the next-gen consoles kind of revived a little bit, but then the heist update just revived them a lot. And then the Ill-Gotten Gains came out that summer, and the Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2 update was the last update to ever come out to last-gen consoles. PC, Xbox One, and PS4 were now going to get all the content. 360 and PS3 were left in the past, and they're still stuck on that update. They don't have the lowriders. They don't have the what you call it on there, the little director mode thing. So it's a different world over there. Anyway, the VIP update came out in December 2015. You could now, you know, make 20K in just a couple of minutes, and you were a VIP. You could do special things. You could do these little cool free mode missions that you didn't even have to leave online to do. You could do them in invite-only lobbies. You could be a VIP for 4 hours, and you could make about 400K in those 4 hours. It was a pretty nice thing. And then the crates came out in 2016. From the heist update on, GTA Online was doing good. You know, Rockstar delivered an amazing DLC that's still played today with the heist, and after that, they've delivered amazing DLC. While they may take a while to come out with them, the DLC since then are pretty fun, and they make people happy. I mean, my favorite DLC is probably the crate DLC, but the gun running DLC is definitely a fun one too. That's one of the best updates right there. Anyway, I made this video just kind of looking at how the game has changed and then how it's also stayed the same. Many of us really didn't think GTA would turn into what it has. I didn't think that I would be playing the game 6 years later, or if I was, I didn't think it'd be this popular 6 years later. That rebel flag, I mean, that American flag right there used to be a rebel flag. They've changed things like that. I mean, it's kind of cool to see what has changed in this game and what's kind of stayed the same, because there's some things that have stayed the same that you just kind of expected. And I think it's just cool to look at and see, you know, whoever was 9 years old when the game came out is 15 now. Whoever was 18 is now 24. I'm sorry, that had to be seen. The game has really, like, GTAs have always been weaponized. They're pretty fun, you know, because they're so weaponized, they're so stupid. I never thought that we'd really have, you know, DeLoreans, oppressors, or I never thought we'd have ray guns or missiles that don't miss and will curve sharp-ass angles to come get you. GTA was really never this weaponized ever. San Andreas is probably the closest thing ever. Many people didn't ever think that we'd have a Saints Row Online. The weapons have changed in GTA Online. Like, we have ray guns now that shoot fucking rays, like lasers. And we have a ray gun in the game to, you know, just blast shit around. And some of these, you know, are pretty fun, and some of them aren't. It's helped the game in many ways. Like, you know, contact missions are easy as fuck now. They ain't shit. Some things in free mode, though, are harder. I can grief you a lot easier now. I just have to use my oppressor, beep beep, boom, you're dead. You know, that's it. That's all I gotta do now when you're dead. You can't fight back, can't do nothing, because my missiles aren't gonna miss you. The planes and stuff have always been a problem. It's just, it's weird to see GTA Online so weaponized, and it's kind of good to see it. Like, it's, you know, okay, it's changed, but then at the same time, it's pretty annoying, and I wish that they were never added in a way. It's changed the game forever for sure, and GTA 6 Online will be different just because of what happened in GTA 5. You know, it has a bigger impact than just GTA Online. Back in the day, you did not have businesses. You had to use contact missions, races, team deathmatch, survivals, or some shit like that to make any amount of money. You had to do all these from the start. That was all you had to, you know. Now you have those and even more things to make money. You can run a nightclub, and I never thought that you'd be a fucking nightclub owner. I never thought that I'd be able to sell drugs or run guns or sell arts and shit like that. When you told me about the businesses 6 years ago, I wouldn't believe that they'd ever be in the game. You know, it doesn't seem like they would do that. But now that they have them in, we can use them to make money, and you know, it's changed the game forever. I couldn't imagine GTA without them. The game is definitely only alive because of them, in a way. The businesses can really help you out with making money. Having 5 million now doesn't really mean anything. Back in 2013, 2014, 5 million was a lot. Now you need to have way more than that to be even considered rich. Players can legitimately have hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars now. The businesses have changed GTA Online forever, and they will change GTA 6. They've even changed Red Dead Online. You know, Red Dead Online has businesses now, or something similar to businesses. You know, so businesses will have a farther impact than just just GTA Online. You know, so that's kind of cool in a way. You know, I mean, the businesses they're pretty cool to run, and they're pretty fun to run. And if you have like friends to help you out, it makes them easier. Makes it way easier and way more fun to run them. The businesses, like I said, have changed GTA Online, and this is probably the biggest thing that's changed GTA Online. I mean, without them, imagine how the game would be dead. Like, I don't see how the game would be alive. And they've made the game, they've kept it fun, they've kept it alive. It's just shocking to think, like, there's a time to where we didn't have Bunker, we didn't have Crates, we didn't have any of the businesses at all. We had contact missions to do. We had survivals or team deathmatches or races or some shit. There was or robbing stores. You know, there was nothing else. It's kind of cool to think about, and it's weird to think that, you know, if someone didn't have that idea at Rockstar, they'd never be in the game, and it would change the game forever. When the game first came out, you could only have one property. You could buy a car garage or an apartment, or I think maybe there was a house or two that you could buy. The apartment to have was the Eclipse Tower. That cost $500K. If you didn't have that, you ain't shit. I don't care what anybody says. If you ain't had that back then, you wasn't shit. You ain't shit now. Now, though, you can own way, way, way more things. I never thought that, you know, I'd be able to have my own office, or I never thought that I'd be able to own my own nightclub or be a part of the casino. I never saw me having a hangar in Fort Zancudo and being able to fly over those. I never thought that I'd have this yacht just chilling out in the ocean, just sitting there for me to go look at one day. You know, I mean, it's very, very cool, and these properties have, in a way, changed the game too. You know, I don't have to pick and choose my cars as much anymore because I have options for over 100 different cars. I think it's probably something crazy like 160 by now. But I can have 160 cars. There's over 100 cars for sure, and I don't have to choose from the 10. Like back in the day, I had to choose 10 cars to have, and that's it. 10 cars, and that's it, motherfucker. That's all you get. If you want more, wham, 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 bitch you a baby. All right, that's how it goes. But now, you know, I have multiple apartments. I used to have garages and just one apartment, but now I have multiple apartments. I have an office, I have a yacht, things like that. From hangar, Fort Zancudo, a nightclub, part of the casino, and it's kind of cool to think about in a way, because these properties have really, like back in the day, that's what you had to work for, was your property. You had to work for your cars and property. Now though, I guess it's kind of the same way, but properties don't have as much of an impact, because back in the day, if you didn't have an apartment, you really weren't shit. But now, you don't need your apartment, really. You do, but you don't. Because if you have it, great, you can run heist. But if you don't have it, oh, you know, it doesn't matter too much, you know? Things like that. It's pretty cool. And these properties have changed the game. You know? If they weren't in there, the game would have died probably a long time ago. Because without the properties, you would have nothing to work for. You would just have money, you know? There's no point just having money. You have to have something to work for, or something to obtain, or something you have obtained, or whatever, to actually make the game worth it. And these properties will be probably in GTA 6 online or whatever. Money has changed a lot. Before the heist, if you had over $2 million, you were balling. Now, 2 million back then, I mean, could buy you anything in the game. I think maybe the Titan was more expensive than 2 million, but other than that, 2 million is gonna buy you anything you wanted. 2 million was a lot more than you needed now back then. Now 2 million ain't shit. You have 2 million, congrats. You're broke. You don't have any money at all. You can't even buy a lot of the newer vehicles with $2 million. A lot of the newer supercars are over 2 million or like 1.9 million. You can barely afford that. 2 million then is like 15 million now. You know, 15 million ain't really that much now, but to be doing good, you really want over 30 million. But 15 million is good too. Um, the value has really changed a lot. Back in the day, I wouldn't have believed you that there would be, $3 million cars almost. I wouldn't believe you saying like $10 million luxury would be there. Money has inflated a lot. And back in the day, at the same time, though, I wouldn't believe you if you said that players could have hundreds of millions of dollars legit in GTA. I wouldn't believe you, but they can. And it's been done many times, and I even have over 200 million legit. I've had 270 million max legit, you know. And really, the money is inflated because of the glitches, the modding, and then also, if they would have kept all the supercars, like saying maxing out at 1.5 million, there's no need to have all these businesses in the game, because what are you going to do, Why do you need to make a sale that's 1.6 million whenever the car is 1.5, So whenever you have these businesses that make you a lot of money, they need to raise the prices so that you actually play the game. Because if I could just sell my cocaine lab one time, or the cocaine in there one time, and then go on, that's what I would do. It's less work, and then I could just go buy what I wanted to. So the money has to inflate, and it's just kind of a natural thing that happens over time. And the money, though, it's really weird thinking about it. Like, back in the day, $1 million was a lot of money, and now $1 million ain't shit. $1 million, you can't even enjoy an update with that. Back in the day, you could at least enjoy an update a little bit with $1 million. It's kind of funny to think about it. GTA Online is easier to start in many ways now. Back in the day, grinding was very, very, very hard. You had to run a lot of contact missions or races or something. It got very boring. To get that first apartment or garage, it was a bitch, It wasn't easy. Now you can make a lot of money easily. All you need is 50K and you become a VIP. Shit, when that came out, you needed $1 million to become a VIP. Using the wave method, you can make about 400K an hour. Back in the day, though, with those contact missions and races and stuff, you could only make about 100, 250K an hour going full out fucking retard. Alright, this is retard. I'm talking fucking retarded. Alright? Now, though, you have heists to do. You have businesses, VIP stuff, the terabyte stuff. A lot of double money event weeks happen. You can easily make money now, and it's the best time to make money in GTA Online. It's not that hard now at all. But at the same time, with so many options, a lot of these for a low-level player, if you can't buy into them. You just can't. You don't have the money to. You don't have the resources, so you need a friend. So if you're a solo player, it's still a little hard, but you can do it almost no problem. There's methods out there. There's videos you can watch to learn about how to do it. Watch some of my videos. Tyler Arias, Professional, GTA Man. I and they all have videos to make you money, and you can look at those and use those to make all the money that you need as a low level noob. But yeah, back in the day, this was way harder than what it is now. Back in the day, I mean, this was like a whole weekend of grinding would get you an apartment. Now, maybe an hour and a half of grinding, fuck around, get yourself an apartment that way. It's not that hard to make money now. It's definitely easier to start, and best time to start is now in GTA. Back in the day, event weeks rarely happened. It wasn't until like 2017 or so that you would see event weeks really take over. Nothing was really ever double money. Nothing was on sale. Everything was standard. Grinding was harder, and everything you had to get was full price. The event weeks are amazing, and they help you out a lot now. Back in the day, like I said, you did not have that option. It was really around before gun running came out that they did them. And like I remember, whenever they did the event weeks, it was so cool. And now, and like it was kind of like, oh, are they gonna do another event week? Wow, it's kind of cool. Well, they did another one. They're gonna do another one. Now it's like, all right, what's the event week? they don't have one, you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? You know, why is it late? Why is it not here yet? Uh, and you know, everybody kind of waits for these event weeks. These are double money event weeks. These are things that are on sale that they've been wanting, things like that. Back in the day, though, you didn't have this. If you wanted something, you paid for it full price, and there was nothing that was double money. You know, if you wanted it, you got it full price, and you grinded hard for it. That was it. No event weeks to help you out, and now the event weeks help you out, and it's a pretty nice addition, and it made a lot of things easier. Like, I mean, that's the reason why I made almost 100 million in a week. You know, because some of these event weeks are pretty cool, and they've. This is a very big change to GTA, and I'm very glad that Rockstar made it, to be honest with you. Drip feed is kind of new in a way. Back in the day, everything came out at once. There really wasn't much to an update at all anyway. Nothing to do every Tuesday, really. You know, day one and done. That's all it was like. Drip feeding really started with Finance a Felony in 2016. I think that was the first update that did it. There may have been another one. It had 2 or 3 drip feed cars. The drip feed, you know, it kind of helps us to be held. It helps the community because you know you get held over by the content, and you you have more to do in a way. You know, if they release 5 cars day one, you're gonna be happy, and then if they release the 20 other ones that they have throughout the next couple weeks, that one gives them time before they have to make an update, and 2, it it just kind of really gets you to enjoy the content more. You know, I appreciate 1 car at a time more than I appreciate 20 cars at a time. You know, and of course over time it's gotten to be more and more. You know, whenever it first happened, there was only like 3 cars that were drip fed, and now there's 20, 25 cars that get drip fed every update, and it's it's kind of cool. I like it. I really prefer it over everything releasing day one. Some people don't like it. I like it, but it definitely has changed the game, and it's already been used in Red Dead Online, and it's going to be used in the next GTA. It's going to be used in all of Rockstar games from now on, to be honest with you. When the game first came out, there really wasn't that much you could do to your cars. You had a few options, like the bumpers would have 3 or 4 options to them. And now you have options for almost everything in the car. If you want to buy Michael's car from the single player in online, customize that, and that's the most customizable car in older GTA Online. It's right there. Now, of course, you have way more options, way more things to customize, a lot more things to customize, way more things to do to it. You expect for a car to have a lot of customization now. You don't expect any car to lack it. You expect for every car to look different than the other one. If I bring out my Nero custom, it's gonna look different than yours. Hopefully, that's kind of like the idea that Rockstar went with, and I'm glad that they did that because it makes the cars worth buying and collecting and stuff like that. And it makes them really worth buying and collecting, and it is it's cooler to have 100 different looks to a car than just 2, and other than just the color. It really changed in the Lowriders update. Once that Lowriders update came out, they really started focusing more on customization and stuff like that. The game really, the car customizations remain the same. In a way, you still have the same options. They haven't really added too many more options. Just like the liveries are kind of new. But really, other than that, for years we've had the same similar options. Which I wish they would add a new idea, but really they've done almost everything that they can for car customization, unless you want stuff like under the hood specifics and stuff like that, but they're not going to do that. Anyway, many things in the game have actually remained the same, though, and these probably won't change. I mean, shit, they've lasted for 6 years. Why would they change now, So, I doubt that they ever will change, and they're probably going to stay the same for all GTA games. Some of these are just across all games in general, though. It's not even just GTA or Rockstar games. Shit, you got some of these in like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and stuff like that. PvP has always played a very big role in GTA. People take it more serious now, though. But PvP is always a fact of GTA. PvP has always been toxic. People calling each other names, using racial slurs, calling people a bunch of racial names, of course, and then fag, homo, queer, using mom jokes, threatening to come shoot your house and all that shit. People have used overpowered vehicles in PvP forever. People used to use the Rhino tank all the time. People use the laser, the buzzard, things like that. People have always been doing stupid shit just because of it. Like, you know, some people will shoot you and then they'll bitch whenever you fuck them up. Other people you'll kill on accident, you'll let them get their kill back, and you kind of expect to go away and only try to fight you. You know, things like that. Some people only really play GTA just because of PvP, and the people that do that are normally tryhards that are very just, I'm an EVO and protect my KD and all that shit. Most people are what you call retards, and you feel bad for them. They rode the short bus, and they probably ate the windows a couple times. So you gotta feel bad for them, and you know, usually you don't expect much from those people. They're not very productive for the most part. 9-year-olds have always found a way to get a hold of GTA, no matter what. 6 different generations of 9-year-olds have come through this game. Now, you know, this game is a 9-year-old veteran. You know, this game has seen a lot of 9-year-olds and will continue to see a lot of 9-year-olds. 9-year-olds have always been around to annoy you, to squeak into your ear, and to yell for their mom, and to always, you know, make stupid jokes and, you know, complain when you kill them and complain whenever something doesn't go right and not figure out shit at all. You know, it's always been like that for these people, these 9-year-olds. And to be honest with you, they're going to be there in the next games. They're always going to be there. They're always going to just to annoy you. They're going to be there, and they're going to continue, and they're going to stay in GTA shit. This game will see 10 generations of them. You know, it's going to keep going and keep going, and you're just going to have to keep fucking muting them every fucking lobby that you go into. Goals really haven't changed that much. The goal has always been to make money. Your goal is to have the most money and properties and shit like that. The goal has been to acquire everything you want and just a little bit more. It's never going to change. The goal has been the same for 6 years, and it's not going to change. You know, it's the point of the whole game is to be a successful criminal. Successful criminals will be able to buy what they want, have the most money, have everything they want in life, everything they need, have people do this shit for them. That's just how it goes. You know, the game's going to stay like that. The game's always been like that. It's just different methods now. And different things to acquire. You know, people want to buy a yacht one day. That's what they're going to go for. Back in the day, you bought that adder with the Eclipse Towers apartment. Now you buy the yacht. You bought the adder and the Z-Type in that apartment, actually. Now you buy the yacht, the Golden Luxor, things like that. There's just different little things to acquire now. And, you know, that's how it's always going to be. GTA Online is going to change to where there's something else to acquire one day. And it's going to be something else one day, and another thing, and another thing, and another thing, and it's just going to keep changing like that, and it's always going to be, always has, always will. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This was a lot to make. I'll see you guys next one. Have a good day. Bye.